Good morning, everybody. It's been a while since I've had the ability to preach here, and I'm glad to be back. You know, listen to today's gospel, and Jesus talks about the vine and the branches. The branches are his disciples. Well, in 1994, one of those branches was deposited here in Franklin Park. As a matter of fact, it was deposited over at the Spectra office building, because that's when the parish of Saints John and Paul was formed. And if you look at through the years, all that's gone on in that time frame, it seems that this parish has borne a lot of fruit that has been pruned in the way that Jesus wants us to act. We've been blessed to have a number of great pastors here. Father Dan. And Father Dan, even though he's a cardinal, still signs his name, Father Dan. He started this parish, and he set the foundation for it to grow and to prosper and to always follow in the footsteps of Christ. Father Al came after him once he was promoted. And Father Al implemented one of the most cherished traditions of this parish, which is the blessing of the children. We have not been able to do that of late, but believe me, it's coming back. It will never be forgotten. Next, we have Father Mac. And Father Mac was the inspiration for this church, for this building. He saw it built to the completion, and the continuation of the foundation that Father Dan had set followed in him as well. And finally, we have Father Jay, who is taking us through this pandemic that has really tried to separate us, but is now coming to an end. You know, when this church, when this building was built, there were three things that were very important in this building of it. The first is these stained glass windows on the side. Those stained glass windows were rescued by Father Dan from a church that was closing. And he put them in storage for the true purpose of making sure that they were prominently displayed in this church when it was built. Because this is the story of Jesus Christ. You go through all of these. Gabriel coming to Mary, the birth of Christ, the miracles that he performs, the death that he suffers through crucifixion, his ascension to the Father. The second thing were the statues for Stations of the Cross, because those were rescued by Father Dan also from another parish that was closing. And if you look at them, the intricacy, I have a hard time with that word, so. The intricacy of these carvings is phenomenal. And these are the things that help lead us through the Lenten season, where we follow Christ when he's crucified. The final thing was something that Father Mac did. Father Mac specifically had this building made in the shape of a cross for two reasons. One, he wanted us to always remember that Christ died on that cross for us, and that through his dying and rising, we now can have eternal life. And the second reason was this. Christ always tells us that we have crosses to bear. What better place to come to unburden those crosses than here, where Christ is always present, where he knows what those crosses are because he bore his. There's no better place to go. But you know something, I keep referring to this as a building because that's what it is. Without you, without the community of Saints John and Paul, if you didn't show up, what would you have? An empty building? What good is that? It's you. It's the community of Saints John and Paul that has always made this a great place. You think of all the ministries that go on within this, all the times that people have stepped up when things were needed, helping families in need, the food bank, outreach programs, financially. Everyone has given their time, talent, and treasure to see that what Christ wanted us to succeed in, we succeeded. Faith formation. We're building a foundation for the children of this parish so that they too will follow in the footsteps of Christ. I want to take and offer a personal note of gratitude. I have been with this parish since it started, but I was never always a member of this parish. In 2004, this community welcomed me with open arms when I became a member. And I am deeply gratified by that. This parish and this community also helped me on my road to becoming a deacon by giving me the strength and the encouragement to go on and to do that. And again, I am deeply gratified, deeply thankful that you did that. We have gone through some very difficult times here, but that has never stopped this community from loving one another and from helping one another. It is so gratifying to me over the last few weeks to see so many people that I haven't seen in a year, because people are coming back. And that is a testament to the community that we have here, that people want to come back, that people want all the things that this parish offers, and they want to contribute. When Christ talks about pruning the branch, that the branch will bear more fruit, there's no greater example of that than Saints John and Paul. And I ask that you continue to think about what that means in our lives, what that means to us reaching the heavenly kingdom. And let us never be afraid to be the fruit that Christ wants us to be his disciples.